Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Animal Crossing New Horizons video. Now with the recent 2.06 update having released earlier this week, it's refreshing to know New Horizons hasn't been forgotten. So today, we are taking a look at features Nintendo could add to New Horizons in the future if they wanted to. These are primarily features that most Animal Crossing players believe are still missing from Animal Crossing New Horizons, but more importantly, based around features that already exist but feel somewhat unfinished in the game or the 2.0 update didn't address at all. You'll see what I mean as we get into things. Of course, if you're excited for the video, be sure to leave a like, it helps out so much, and please consider subscribing if you love Animal Crossing as much as me. Now let's get into it. Number 1. Post Office. Now something that still blows my mind today is that Animal Crossing New Horizons doesn't include a post office. In the original and again in New Leaf, Animal Crossing players benefited from a dedicated post office building. Here we would send and manage our letters, receive limited time DLC and manage our finances including savings and our debt to Tom Nook. It was a really cozy and charming environment to visit and ultimately just cool to have another place to go to do something. And this is one feature Nintendo could easily add back to New Horizons if they wanted to, and if they ever decided to go back on their word and release a 3.0 update would probably be included. This is because as things stand, the postcard stand, which allows us to write and send mail inside the airport, is nothing more than an item and could easily be adjusted or moved into an actual post office. To many players this feature feels unfinished. There's just something missing when it comes to writing mail and it's not as fun as it used to be. So I think having a dedicated post office return to New Horizons and bringing back Pelly and Phyllis would fix that. Number 2. Roost upgrade. Now for months we reported on data mine findings that suggested Brewster and the Roost would return eventually and were all super hyped when he finally arrived. As you know, the Roost is a super cozy place to visit with or without friends, to just grab a cup of coffee, chill and speak with special characters and villagers outside of their normal roles. But like the postcard stand, there's something missing. In earlier versions of Animal Crossing, KK Slider would visit the Roost on Saturday nights. He would set up on stage and his performance would take place inside the cafe. Heading to the Roost to see KK gave the cafe more purpose and it was fun to grab a coffee and watch the show. In New Horizons, KK still performs but sets up outside the resident services and just makes it difficult to enter and exit the building. As lucky as we are to have the Roost in New Horizons and have KK perform, this feature does feel unfinished. Upgrading the Roost to include a stage, probably in the corner where this random wall is, and move KK Slider from the plaza to the Roost would be a great addition to New Horizons and something Nintendo could easily add if they wanted to. Even in New Leaf, KK performed on a dedicated stage. But what do you think? Does KK's feature feel unfinished and should he perform in the Roost instead? Let us know in the comments. Now before we get into some of the other things Nintendo could and probably should bring back, I'd very quickly like to thank today's sponsor, Flexispot. Now Flexispot have sent me their E8 standing desk for review, but first, a little about the standing desk itself. The E8 standing desk can be a normal desk or a standing desk with a range of 60 to 125 centimeters. The desk rises using electrical dual motors and is controlled by the premium keypad. It's super satisfying to use and allows you to program and store 4 of your favorite heights. There's also an all-important child lock if you have little ones running around and extra USB charging capabilities. Now alongside this, the E8 is beyond practical with the hidden cable management. Underneath the desk includes a groove bar as standard which hides all of the ugly and messy cables. My setup went from this, please don't judge, to this thanks to the E8. Flexispot also offers some extra cable management options for those with larger setups which work flawlessly in the standing position. Now the desk itself is a super high quality, environmentally friendly and comes in a bunch of designs, as do the table legs which have a super nice aesthetic. Now this is a review, so as always my personal opinion on this desk is It's amazing, especially if you sit at a desk for most of the day like I do. I am finding I use the standing feature more than I thought. It's pretty addictive being able to stretch but carry on working. The design looks great and the cable management makes it super easy to keep things tidy. I do recommend it. So thank you once again to Flexispot. Be sure to check out their website over the next few days as their Black Friday deals are already live, including the E8 pre-order event. Join now and receive an exclusive early bird discount code for £130 off the E8. I'll leave the links below. Now back to New Horizons. Number 3, Nooks upgrade. Now it seems we're really focusing on features that already exist in New Horizons but seem somewhat unfinished. We really can't ignore Nooks Cranny. In previous versions of Animal Crossing, upgrading Nooks Cranny was one of the main objectives. The goal was to spend bells and upgrade the store to get access to more and more items, including exclusive furniture sets from Gracie Grace, for example, that were only available once you did. The original Animal Crossing, Wild World and Let's Go to the City include 4 Nooks Cranny upgrades, and Animal Crossing New Leaf includes 5 Nooks Cranny upgrades. Sadly, Nooks Cranny in New Horizons only has 2, and this is definitely a feature that could be expanded. One thing Nintendo could add to New Horizons in the future would be a Nooks Cranny upgrade that introduces a second floor. Given Leaf already found his permanent home on Halves Island in the 2.0 update, this does leave room for Gracie, and I will admit that at this point an upgrade would be pointless unless a character like this was added to introduce some new and exclusive furniture series. Number 4, Abel's upgrade. Now whilst on the topic of shop upgrades, if we're looking at unfinished features or characters that don't really have a permanent home yet, Nintendo could add to the Abel sisters in the future. Some would argue that Kix would be a good addition to the Abel sisters, however like Leaf already has a permanent home on Halves Island, so that leaves Label, another travelling character who feels a little unfinished. Label or LaBelle ran the Gracie Grace store in Let's Go to the City, and in New Leaf was also part of the Abel sisters store where she took care of the accessories. So if Nintendo decided to upgrade the Abel sisters, giving Label a permanent home seems feasible and something Nintendo could do. Imagine being able to unlock the Abel sisters upgrade after 20 fashion checks. It would be pretty exciting. Number 5, Police Station. Now the police station is an iconic building in most Animal Crossing games. The facility is run by Copper and Booker, the police dogs who help keep our town safe. They offer a lost and found service and report on visitors and events occurring around town. Now if Nintendo were to go as far to add a post office and various building upgrades, I think a police station would be a great addition too if another update ever happened. As you know, thanks to the 2.0 update, Isabelle reports on travelling characters such as Gulliver and Red and informs us of their visits, but if we missed it, there's not really a convenient way to double check who might be wandering around. This feature could definitely be improved, and like some of the other features we've discussed, would be a great addition to New Horizons and really bring the game closer to previous games in terms of shops and buildings. The lost and found that's currently inside resident services is also just an item, so could also easily be moved. So there we have it. That was 5 features Nintendo could add or expand upon if they wanted to, or if they ever felt like releasing a 3.0 update. These unfinished features would definitely benefit from something new. But what do you think? Would you use a post office, and would you like to see KK Slider move to the Roost? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you once again to Flexispot for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to check out the links in my description. Thank you of course to the patrons and channel members for supporting this content, and if you'd like to learn some secrets about mushrooms in Animal Crossing, be sure to check out this next video.